Howdy, howdy, howdy. So it's been a while since I've done a video about the story of my life. So I thought, since I have some time by myself and I'm still riding kind of a caffeine high before I'm convinced myself to go to the gym on the day after Halloween. By the way, rabbit hole this time. If you're going to buy candy for Halloween to give out to the little kids that come there, number one, make sure it's individually packaged in the small little candies, not the big giant candy bars. You don't want to do that. Costs too much, and maybe if you're hit the lottery, you can do that. But let's face it, none of us want to be the house that all the kids talk about. Say, don't go there. They're giving out popcorn balls, or they're giving out pennies, or they're giving out scriptures attached to rocks and stuff like that. You don't want to be that. Just give out decent candy that you don't mind eating, should there be anything left over. But you can't buy too much, because you need to hide it from the diabetic people around you, because the diabetic people who have a sweet tooth that live around you, keep that in mind. It has to be able to be hidden, and something that's going to, you don't mind taking a snack or two later on. So if you get that crappy candy, whatever you don't give out, just throw it in the trash, because you're never going to eat it, and you're never going to be able to give it away. You know, it's we have a phrase in the Marine Corps when we're trying to get rid of something that has a huge environmental problem, like these backstops to bullets, boom, 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 and it hits the bullet. And to get rid of those things once they wear out, because they're made up of compressed, shredded tires, you can't just get those back to the tire place, because they have lead in them. So what we do is we say getting rid of those things is like trying to sell AIDS. You know, it's just not something you can do. So you're not going to get rid of those candies. So that'll get rid of. But make sure that you're ready to go to the gym quite a bit if you have a lot of chocolate left over. I'm just letting you know. And chocolate's always good for those family members who have Aunt Rose visiting. And when they come to visit you, they bring Aunt Rose with them, along with her attitude. And you have some chocolate there and says, oh, would you like chocolate? Somehow that works, I guess. All right. Getting back here. Let's go. Now, I had to take some notes on this one, because it's kind of a difficult one to answer by just talking about it, because it would be better off if you had a whole series of saying this, and I'll show you why. What song immediately puts you in a good mood? So my likes in music, it spatters across all genres for the most part, and different types. So I do like reggae, I do like heavy metal, I do like hard rock, I like contemporary rock, I like jazz, I like contemporary jazz. I like easy listening. I like Muzak. And I do like church music when it's put to, like, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. I do enjoy listening to that once in a while, but it's not something I'll be rocking out to when I'm driving down the road. I do like K-pop, Blackpink, and there's another one called Lesser. I don't know how to pronounce their names. Extraordinary talent. But there's some musicians that I think are extremely talented that I veer away from. I'm sorry, but Taylor Swift is way too political for me to sit down and listen to her music. It's not that I disagree with her wholeheartedly on things, because most of the part I do. But it's not that. It's that she's taken her talent and she's using it to push a certain agenda. And I just don't have that. You don't see Black Sabbath or Nazareth or Metallica or any of those people pushing their genre into certain political arenas. And it just, I don't like that. If you're talented, then stick to your talent. That's what people like you for, not your political views. So anyway, that's me. So what music or song immediately puts me in a good mood? Honestly, it depends on the day and what I'm doing at the time. I wrote down some things here. So I can't say that there's any one song that will put me in a good mood 100% of the time, because sometimes I'll hear a song that is a slow song from back in the 70s or early 80s, and I'll think, oh man, I remember that was a pretty cool song during those times. And then I'll hear a heavy metal one that just like, yeah, yeah. So what I did was I combined, I separated the songs from songs that will make me cry, songs that will calm me down, and songs that will just make me excited, like, yeah. All right. So let's start off with songs that make me cry. All right. So these are not all encompassing, but these are a splattering of that songs that meet that criteria. So there was a idol on American Idol, I believe. It's a big Tongan man. He sang about his dad who died before he actually performed. His name was Tongi, Tongi, Polynesian. I don't know how to say his name. All I know is that song he sang called Monsters will 100%, every time I hear it, 100% will make me cry. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I'm at. If I hear that song and that boy is singing it, it will 100% make me cry. And I dare anybody that listens to this to listen to that song and not shed a tear. It is just a phenomenal song. Three Doors Down has a song called When I'm Gone. Always touched my heart throughout the years, because we all want to be remembered for good things when we leave this earth. Because let's face it, the first generation will know you. The second generation will kind of see you as a picture on the wall. And by the third generation, you've lost all notoriety in your house. And that's typically the way it goes with life. But Three Doors Down sings this song called When I'm Gone. It's just a phenomenal song. Butterfly Kisses by Bob Carlisle. Butterfly Kisses is about a man and his baby girl. And I'm see, I'm thinking about it, and it makes me cry, because it hits home with me and my little sweetie. If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away by Justin Moore. That one is just a very, very cool song. If I Would Have Known by Kyle, I think it's Kyle Home. If I Would Have Known, again, we've all lost very, very close people in our lives. And you never know when you walk out of your last visit with somebody, you never know if that's the last time you'll ever see them or talk to them again. And so you think about, what was my last words to my dad, my mom, my friend, my wife, my husband, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, all that stuff. You think about that, and think about it every time you leave. That could be the last words spoken. The ones that did not make it home by Justin Moore. The ones that did not make it home is a military song. Really, really catches my heart each and every time. I have friends that died in combat, and to me, those are the true heroes. All right, let me get that, because, you know, as you can see, just talking about that small group will make me cry. They say that when you cry, like when you're happy and you cry, or when you're sad and you cry, your body's, you're not in pain or anything, like when you was a kid and you got smacked and you cried because of pain. But you cry because your body is so overwhelmed with emotions, and that intense emotion, that it doesn't know what else to do. It can't explain how it feels. That's why when a mom holds a baby for the first time, or a dad holds a baby and they cry, they say, "What are you crying for?" I don't know. You don't know because you can't put it into words, so your body responds by crying. And so it's all right to cry. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, a child, or an adult, or an old person. It doesn't matter. It's all right to cry. It's not a sign of weakness. The way I grew up, if you were a man, you didn't cry. Damn it, wipe those tears off and go back to work. I honestly believe that it's all right to cry. Calm, things that make me calm. All right, things that make me calm. Think, hey, this is pretty cool. You know, just like I don't care about anything else. I'm really good to go. Hunting, fishing, loving every minute of it. Brain farting. Who sings that? One of my anthems when I left work and was finally retired. Hunting, fishing, loving every minute. Norah Jones, Run Away With Me. Anything Norah Jones sings will calm me down. I just love her style of music, her voice, everything about Norah Jones is just unbelievable. Celtic women have a similar effect on me. I love the femininity behind their music, this sweet, angelic type thing. It's I can't say enough, but yeah, Norah Jones is more on the jazz genre, but she's good to go. And then I like piano music, instrumental, because I don't hear words very well because of my hearing loss. I like piano music. I like saxophone music, and I like acoustic guitar music. If all that, I used to have, when we had CDs, I used to have a whole collection of nothing but just music in those instruments. And it was something that I could just fall asleep with, and I could just, meditate. But it definitely calms me down. Things that excite me, that's just like, yeah, let's go. Things that you'd think you'd play when you go to the gym, but you don't really go to the gym. Sometimes you're just out there and you're thinking, what is my purpose? Why am I here? You're just really mad at the world and everything. Rob Zombie, Dragula. Oh my gosh, that gets me going so much. Yeah, it gets me going. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. Used to listen to this in high school when I'd go into a wrestling match. I love that song, just the Hair of the Dog. It's nonstop cussing, by the way. But man, I wanted to sing that. I always felt when I finally challenged my stepdad to a fight, this song would be my song that I was like, yeah. Take It Outside is another military song. I don't know who sings that. I'm sorry, but if you Google Take It Outside and you look at the video, every time it creates such an emotion in me. One of the emotions is just like, God dang, I loved being a warrior so much. It's just, it's like the warrior inside of me is like sitting on a bed, just waiting to be called up, and he has no purpose. I loved being a warrior. And Take It Outside was just one of those songs that you see the music with it, and you think, yeah, I used to be that guy. The Warrior Song. It's a group of people who sing, and they have a USMC, so you got to go a Warrior Song, and they kind of changed the wording and had it specific to Army for a while, but the Warrior Song for the Marine Corps, it's called the Warrior Song, and that one too is just something that gets inside me, and it just makes the warrior wanna. I will fight anybody, anytime with that song playing in the background. Another song, Kick It in the Sticks, is a very good, hard, impactful, like country song. It's pretty cool, and the video is kind of similar to the way I grew up with. You had a whole bunch of different people, from bikers to other bikers to cowboys, and you get together and you have a good time out into the forest, because there's a lot of keggers. I didn't go to when I was a kid, but there's a lot of parties out in the woods and stuff like that. So it's something that gets me tapping. Pretty much anything by Earl Dibble Jr. I absolutely love. He has a recent song called Diesel, and it is just so awesome. And I have a Chevy Blazer diesel. It's actually a combination of a K5 and a K10. It was a USMC Cut V, CUCV, stands for Command Utility, a commercial utility comm vehicle. I have one of those as surplus, and it's a diesel. It's a 24 volt diesel with the turbo transmission. It only has a 3-speed transmission automatic, but that thing will climb a building. It is just a phenomenal. But anyway, it doesn't puff out black smoke. It's very, very, I guess, environmentally conscious. But nevertheless, that's where I'm at. So those are some songs that, and the list of songs go on and on. But those are some big songs that I really, really liked. And like I said, I do like to listen to some like church music, but usually it's the new church music, the not so much hymns, but other things. But usually church history or church music of any kind, of any religion, will talk about death. And even though death leaves a hole inside us, a friend dies and there's a gap inside our heart here in the in America and in our culture, we still know that life goes on. The energy that makes us, or the spirit, whatever you want to call it, goes on, and it's eternal. But in reality, when we're here, this is all we know, so it leaves a hole. And that includes, dogs like my dog X, my buddy X. I miss that dog very much. And it goes along with anything. My friend Jim, my friend Smitty, they both died, one in Nazaré and the other one on the push into Baghdad. I miss them guys. They both had a great influence in my life. But my point is that even though I know that life is forever, there's still a hole, and we still miss them. So we always have hope, and maybe I'll make another video of the way I see myself on the eternal scheme of things, because it's not always pleasant and stuff, but and how I see the way I interpret this earthly experience myself. But that may not be published. It may be something that I want people to listen to after I die. So anyway, those are some songs. I'm sorry it went a little bit long. It's not songs that there's no one song that's like and they hear a song go, oh yeah, it's time to dance. No, it's not that. I just it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll turn on the radio, or not the radio, listen to me. Sometimes I'll turn on a music, or I'll hear somebody's music and I'm like, that is freaking awesome. And then I'll turn it on and try and maintain that feeling that I have as often as possible. But like I said, Blackpink is very cool. Some of the that's a K-pop group. Some of their songs that they have, Whistle is a very cool song. Black Venom is that always gets me like, yeah, it's got a good beat, and yes, I can dance. I can hold the beat a little bit, thanks to you. But no, it's cool. But if I'm really bummed out and depressed and feeling in one of those things, Blackpink's not something I pop in. And also it's not something I listen to every day. It's just one of the genres that I like. I'll be honest with you, mostly what I listen to every day is either silence. I don't listen to anything. Or I'll listen to just music, and that's pretty much, if I was going to say what do I listen to every day, that's kind of what I do. But I got to be careful, because sometimes when I just listen to instrumental music, I'll I'll go into it. Kind of has an opposite effect. It's like drinking too much caffeine will make you sleepy. If I listen to too much of that stuff, it puts me into a very, very depressed mood, and I don't want to move. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything. So I have to throw in some Nazareth or Metallica, or some Rob Zombie or some crazy stuff like that, and then that picks me up and pops my head out, and I do. Music is a very interesting thing for a human body. Little kids grow up and they love music. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.